trying to get a handle on modern supply chain procurement, it can feel like navigating a maze where the walls just keep moving, right?
Oh,
The
absolutely.
pressure to optimize, the sheer volume of data, finding the best suppliers. I mean, it's a monumental task for any business.
It really is. And that's exactly where, applying artificial intelligence offers a really compelling path forward.
Mm-hmm.
So today we're taking a deep dive into how AI is being implemented in this crucial area. And we're going to focus particularly on LightSource AI, a company that seems to be gaining some significant traction.
Exactly. And for this exploration, we've gathered some really insightful resources. We've looked at LightSource AI's own website, naturally,
Right.
and also a detailed profile on Traxon, some recent funding news from the sauce news, and a particularly informative listing we found on Chain.ai,
Ah, yes, Chain.ai.
which, as you know, is a directory specifically focused on AI tools in the supply chain space. So very relevant.
Very relevant. And our goal here really is to synthesize all this information and try to understand the core proposition. Like, how is LightSource AI using AI not just to maybe tweak existing procurement processes, but to fundamentally streamline them,
Yeah.
drive greater efficiency, and ultimately deliver tangible cost savings for businesses like yours? Can AI truly be the key to unlocking a more strategic approach to sourcing? That's the big question.
Okay, so let's start by getting a clear picture. Who exactly are we talking about? What is LightSource AI?
Right. So drawing from our sources, LightSource AI positions itself as an AI-native sourcing platform.
AI native. Okay.
Yeah, founded back in 2021, and they're based in San Francisco. The profile we found on TrekX confirms this, and it classifies them within the supply chain management services sector. Pretty straightforward.
And it sounds like they've made some, significant moves recently, funding-wise.
Absolutely. Yeah, the Sauce News article we looked at highlighted their successful $33 million Series C funding round. That was just in April 2025.
Wow, $33 million. That's serious backing.
It is. And this round was led by major venture capital firms, Bain Capital Ventures, and Lightspeed Venture Partners. Traxon also noted participation from Pillar VC and J2 Ventures.
Okay, so a hefty investment like that, it definitely suggests a strong belief in what they're doing, in their vision. What's the plan? What are they aiming to achieve with this capital?
Well, according to that Sauce News report, the money is really intended to fuel enhancement of their procurement software, obviously, but also to facilitate team expansion and support growth across their customer base in, various industries.
Makes sense.
LightSource AI themselves, they state their core objective pretty clearly. It's to accelerate buying at the source. And that's for both the organizations doing the buying and their suppliers across all sectors.
Accelerate buying at the source. I like that phrase. It's compelling.
Yeah.
So how does their AI actually translate into, faster, more efficient procurement? Let's dig into the core functionality.
Okay. And the Chain AI listing is actually really useful here. It categorizes LightSource AI specifically as an AI-powered sourcing platform.
Right.
And the key aspect they emphasize, which is echoed on LightSource's own site, is the speed of project setup. They claim users can initiate sourcing projects in just minutes.
Minutes, really?
Yeah, regardless of whether it's like for a single item or thousands. That kind of agility, that could be a huge advantage.
Setting up projects quickly, that immediately tackles a major bottleneck for so many procurement teams. What other ways does the platform leverage AI?
Well, they offer a library of pre-built templates, and these are apparently AI recommended, tailored to specific procurement categories.
Ah, so saves time there too.
Exactly. It streamlines those initial stages, like creating an RFQ or an RFP. And of course, if you have unique needs, they provide tools to design custom templates too.
Okay.
But beyond that, a central feature seems to be their AI-powered bid analysis.
Ah, okay. Tell me more about that.
So instead of just comparing, line item prices, the AI can apparently analyze other factors, things supplier reliability scores, delivery timelines, maybe even hidden costs buried in the terms and conditions.
Things a human might easily miss, especially with lots of bids.
Precisely. Especially in a large set of bids. The goal is to help identify the best overall value, not just the lowest price tag.
So it's not purely about speed then, but also about making smarter, more informed decisions based on a much more comprehensive analysis.
Exactly. Chain.ai really underscores this. It notes the platform's capability to analyze bids in real time, which transforms what's often, let's be honest, a laborious manual process into something much more dynamic and intelligent.
Okay, but procurement isn't just about numbers and efficiency, is it? It's also heavily about collaboration, building those strong supplier relationships. How does LightSource AI handle that side of things?
Good point. Their website highlights effortless collaboration through intelligent tools. This includes an AI-enhanced chat feature.
Hmm.
It's designed to manage communication across different sourcing activities, and the AI supposedly helps track important action items, ensures nothing falls through the cracks.
Okay, keeping things organized.
Yeah, but what's particularly interesting, I think, is that the platform aims to coordinate not just the initial quoting phase, but also the operational details after the award. Things like timelines, specific item requirements.
Ah, so it's more about managing the entire life cycle of that sourcing event more effectively, getting better alignment with suppliers throughout.
Exactly. And they explicitly state their intention is to help build stronger relationships through the platform, promoting a more, transparent and collaborative environment between buyers and suppliers.
Okay, this all sounds very promising on paper or, on the screen. But what about the people actually using it? Does it deliver in the real world? Any feedback?
Yes, actually. LightSource AI features testimonials on their site from some pretty notable companies. There's one from Danny Wang at Canada Goose.
Oh, okay, Canada Goose.
Yeah, he calls it an all-in-one sourcing engine that his team and their suppliers have apparently really embraced to drive efficiencies. He also praises their responsiveness and, interestingly, the speed at which they develop new features, which speaks to their adaptability, I suppose.
That's a strong endorsement. Responsiveness is key. Any other real-world validation?
Yes. Elena Bernardo from HelloFresh echoes that positive sentiment. She states her team and their vendors find LightSource to be an invaluable tool for any procurement leader.
Hello Fresh, too. Okay, good names.
Definitely. And furthermore, that Chain.ai listing we keep mentioning points out that over $1 billion in spend has been processed through the platform since 2024.
$1 billion.
Yeah, encompassing more than 1,100 sourcing events. That kind of volume, it suggests pretty significant real-world adoption and usage.
Okay, $1 billion in spend definitely gets your attention. Let's circle back to that Chain.ai listing then, because it sounds like it offers a really comprehensive overview. What other key differentiators or advantages did they highlight, things we haven't quite touched on yet?
Right. Chain.ai specifically emphasizes LightSource AI's use of AI agents.
AI agents.
Yeah, for both identifying potential suppliers and for automating the request for quotation, the RFQ process. So these AI agents can proactively search databases and networks to uncover suppliers that might not be obvious through traditional sourcing methods. The platform's overarching aim, according to Chain.ai, is really transforming those traditionally manual procurement processes into intelligent, streamlined operations, offering benefits like, increased speed, greater agility, and tangible cost savings.
That ability to proactively identify new suppliers, especially for maybe specialized needs, that
Yeah.
sounds like a pretty significant advantage. And RFQ automation, that could free up procurement teams from a lot of admin burden.
Absolutely. Chain.ai also details specific use cases that LightSource AI caters to. Things like AI-driven supplier identification, also the onboarding process, comprehensive RFQ management, that sophisticated bid evaluation we talked about,
Yeah.
facilitating supplier collaboration through built-in tools, and providing spend visibility analytics.
Which is crucial, right? Giving organizations a clearer picture of where their money is actually going.
Oh, spend visibility is so critical. If you don't know where it's going, how can you optimize?
Exactly. Key features that Chain.ai reiterates include the AI-powered sourcing assistant kind of guides buyers through the process, the smart bid comparison engine, a supplier self-service portal.
Self-service for suppliers.
Yeah, designed with automated RFQ response templates, apparently to make it easier for them to participate. Also, a complete audit trail, which is vital for compliance and transparency, and real-time analytics to track performance and spot trends.
Okay, that supplier self-service portal with automated response templates. That sounds like it could really streamline things and reduce friction for the suppliers themselves, maybe encourage broader participation in bids.
That certainly seems to be the intention. Now, Chain.ai also, to its credit, provides a balanced perspective. It has a pros and watchouts section.
Ah, good. Always need the pros and cons. So the advantages they list include fast, intelligent sourcing workflows, improved response times and competitiveness from suppliers, and, yes, the potential for significant time and cost savings. Those are the big ones.
Those are definitely the key outcomes procurement teams are always striving for. So what are the potential challenges? The watchouts, as they call them.
Well, the watchouts include the potential need for a degree of supplier onboarding
Hmm.
to really leverage the platform's capabilities fully. You can't just flick a switch.
Makes sense. Suppliers need to engage with it too.
Right. Additionally, they note that the return on investment, the ROI, might be closely linked to the organization's procurement volume and the complexity of their sourcing needs. It might not be for everyone.
Uh,
And finally, they point out that LightSource is still apparently in the process of building out broader category integrations. So maybe not every niche is perfectly covered yet.
okay, that's a realistic assessment. I mean, any new technology requires some level of integration effort, and it's rarely a one-size-fits-all solution, is it?
Not at all.
So, based on Chain.ai's analysis then, who is LightSource AI best suited for? Who's the ideal customer?
They characterize it as best for enterprises that are really ready to move away from those manual, often fragmented processes and embrace more intelligent, collaborative sourcing workflows.
Okay.
Conversely, they suggest it might be not ideal for organizations with very limited sourcing requirements, or maybe those that primarily work with a really localized supplier base where these advanced discovery tools aren't as necessary.
Got it. And it's always helpful to know the competition. Did Chain.ai mention any alternatives in the market, other players?
Yes, they did. They included Keelvar, Scout RFP, which I believe is now Workday Strategic Sourcing,
Ah, right.
Fairmarket, and Zip as other players in this sort of sourcing and procurement technology space.
Okay, useful context to see how LightSource fits into that wider landscape. So let's try and bring this all together. What are the sort of core insights we can draw from this deep dive into LightSource AI, especially using the information from Chain.ai?
Well, I think the central insight is that LightSource AI is really strategically applying artificial intelligence to optimize numerous critical stages of the procurement process. It's not just one thing.
Right.
It includes leveraging AI for more effective supplier discovery, automating and streamlining that RFQ process, enabling much more sophisticated data-driven bid analysis, and also fostering better collaboration and communication between buyers and suppliers through these intelligent tools. The information from Chain.ai, I think, really underscores the breadth of their AI-powered capabilities and the potential for pretty significant efficiency gains.
And for you, the listener, thinking about your own organization, what are the potential tangible benefits of maybe exploring a platform like this?
Well, the potential benefits seem pretty substantial. You could potentially see increased efficiency in your day-to-day procurement operations, maybe significant reductions in the time spent on those manual repetitive tasks.
Always welcome.
Definitely. The ability, perhaps, to achieve better value for your investments through more insightful bid analysis, and maybe the development of stronger, more collaborative relationships with your key suppliers. Platforms like this, they really aim to move procurement from being just a transactional function to being a more strategic driver of business value.
So here's a final thought then, something to maybe mull over. As AI continues to advance and becomes even more integrated into business processes, how might these AI-powered sourcing platforms fundamentally redefine the strategic importance of procurement within organizations?
Good question.
What new capabilities, what new strategic thinking will become essential for procurement professionals, not just to adapt, but actually to thrive in this increasingly AI-driven environment? It's definitely a crucial question to ponder as you navigate the evolving landscape of supply chain procurement.